Hey guys, Mark Lyon here, Lion Horses. Today I've got a little topic we're going to cover. And in another video, I did a short little video on why horses do what they do. And this is going to be why horses don't do what you ask them to do. And when I'm teaching clinics, or maybe I'm working with an intern, I try to get down to the principles, the basic principles that we know are true, and then we can decide how to, affect a behavior or change a behavior or proceed with whatever problem we're encountering. So the first step is to decide, or to get down to maybe uncover the basic principles and have those as a basis of how we're going to go forward. So today we're going to go over the 4 basic reasons why a horse would not do what you ask him to do. And so we're gonna start with number 1. And so and when I'm doing these clinics, a lot of times I say, and because people will come up with a bunch of different stuff, and a lot of them are the same thing. They're just a variation of one reason. And so I tell them, look, it's kind of like why your kid doesn't do what you ask him to do. So the reason a horse might not do something is the same reason why humans don't do something that we've asked them to do. So the first one is they don't understand. And maybe the kid's running around and he's doing something he's not supposed to, or he's going to get hurt, and you say, hey, don't do that. And no response. And this happens, I see this happen more when I'm overseas. I travel to Africa and France and Germany and some stuff like that. And you'll talk to somebody, and they see you talking, and they maybe even acknowledge that you're talking to them, but they have no idea what you're saying, and they get this blank look. And so when a horse doesn't understand, he's not gonna do what you want. He just doesn't understand what you want. So that's one of the main reasons. In fact, I would say is a major one. The next one that I would say is probably another major reason is I just don't want to. Now, this could be a little stubbornness, or he thinks it's too much work, or he's a little lazy, or maybe he just doesn't really want to. But for any reason, he just doesn't want to. Another reason is he's scared. I say he's scared to death, or he's really scared. Because, there may be a lot of things that that I'm not very comfortable doing, or we ask our kid to do, and he's like, and I'm a little worried about that. But if you ask somebody to do something and they think they're going to die doing it, they're probably not going to do it. So the same thing with our horse. Our horse can be a little worried about something and still do it. But if he thinks he's going to die doing what you ask him to do, then you're probably not going to do it. So fear is a component there. Now, for me, when I'm asking the horse to do something, even if he's a little worried, like on a scale of 1 to 10, if he's like a 2 or 3 worried, I still kind of expect him to do it. Even though he's maybe just a little concerned about it. But if he's like, 8, 9, 10 scared, hey, I'm not expecting him to die because I ask him to do something. And so we'll work on that a little bit. Okay, so we have the last one is physically incapable. Okay, and so there's a lot of things that horses can do that they physically can't do at the moment. So I've run a couple marathons, and I could not run one tomorrow. Okay, have I? Yes. Could I again? Yeah, if you gave me 6 months to train, year to train, I could again run a marathon, but I couldn't do it tomorrow. And so maybe the horse is stopping or turning around, and we want him to turn around a little faster, or we want to stop him, just maybe slide stop or stop a little harder. And right now, physically, he's not quite able to do that. He's turning around at his physical ability. And sometimes we have a horse that he just can't quite put his feet where he needs them to put them in that turnaround faster because he doesn't have the muscle memory. And so physically, he's incapable of doing it at the moment. So anyway, for me, those are the 4 basic reasons why a horse might not do something that you ask him to do. And it's important that we figure out which one of those. And it could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit scared and I don't want to. Or it could be he doesn't understand and he's physically incapable. Like he's like, I have no idea what you're wanting me to do. Slide. Maybe he just thinks, slowing down is good enough, or he hasn't figured out how to do that nice slide yet, or whatever it is. But anyway, when your horse doesn't do something, it's going to fall in one of those categories, or maybe a little bit of both. So we need to understand which category it is so that we can figure out how to rectify that situation, how to get that a little better. Because if he just doesn't want to, if he's just like thinks your opinion is, worthless, that's how we're going to fix that is going to be different than if he's really scared, right? So we approach those, or if he doesn't understand. So I say that approaching that situation from where the horse's problem is going to be crucial in getting that fixed. And the first thing we need to figure out is identify what reason he's using to not do it, and then we can figure out how to fix that reason. So anyway, remember, we're all trying to be the person our horse deserves, and hope this helps.